Thank you. The deciding frame, Barry Hawkins to break.
This is the frame then, which decides who will play Allister Carter afternoon and evening tomorrow in the final.
It's the kind of shot you really wanted to miss it on the thin side. I think the potting angle would have been taking him into reds, which would have been a big risk. Every shot counts now. You've really got to make sure, keep things safe. Hawkins will be very mindful of Trump's ability at long range.
Trump has never been ahead in this match, but he's always responded very well to being a frame behind. Made an all over the table 50 to level at 3-all, 92 to level at 4-all, and 52 to level at 5-all.
Now, there is a chance here. It's not straight, this red. You're going to play it full-bloodedly onto the black. What a shot. The cue ball was struck to perfection. The cue ball just flew across the table rather than down the table. Well, he hasn't held back there, has he?
Eight.
Could have finished on something easier. He has a red to the left middle. I think he can get centre ball striking on it. Black's not in the way.
Hawkins 8.
Well, not that easy, but a chance missed, nevertheless.
Yeah, the first sign of nerves. It might not be the last. Deciders tend to bring out the worst in players at times. Usually it's a frame that's not like all the others that have gone before it.
Both these players, though, have got pretty good nerve. Hawkins gets the cue ball over the awkward side for Trump. But there was still an escape down the right. Back in the ball. The thinnest of edges
Yeah, I think thinner than he meant, because obviously the cue ball would not have gone in and out of bulk otherwise. He's refusing this red that's to the left of the pink. I don't blame him. Well, some applause. I don't know whether anything pots to the left corner. Don't think it does. I suppose that in red might do, but even if it does, it's very risky. Playing a wide safety shot here off this red. Very good shot. Put the pace bang on. This time there is definitely a red available for Barry Hawkins. Judd knows it, but I tell you, this is not easy by any means. When he gets it, I'm not entirely sure he misses those two reds to the right of the black spot. Depends. Not guaranteed to be a shot to nothing. Going for the red above it, I think. Well, that's the one.
And found the gap to escape back to balk in case he missed it.
Yes, that red was a better one. It was probably a more difficult red than the one below it, but it, as you say, got him back into safekeeping. Now this shot's got to be taken seriously. It'll trickle in behind green. He was frightened of underhitting it, and he's not really snookered him on anything.
He made sure he reached, let's say.
Even though Hawkins didn't get the snooker, he actually has made it quite difficult. The reds that he can see, I don't see how he can get back to the bulk end. I don't see how he can pot one. So he's playing as if snookered, trying to hit that bottom right-hand red. Two cushions, drop in behind it. Not there.
Well, I'm going to miss Barry Hawkins 4. Back.
I think that red cuts, but he feels that Hawkins is in enough trouble. And the other factor he might be taking into account is the 3 strikes and out rule. In other words, if he was to miss again, he'd have to hit one the 3rd time because he's not snookered. That might be the reason why Barry had that put back.
Yeah, Barry. Right, Judd, that's not right. Maybe it's that way. I think it's there. Ollie, going to just double check that for me?
Well, both players had agreed that the balls were in the correct place, and then Leo Scullion decided they weren't.
Okay.
I don't think he wanted to risk having to play that on the third go, Clive. That slowly, in case he finished short, and that would be match over. So he thought he'd play it second go.
Yes, I think that was his thinking.
Obviously not quite far enough back. Judd could get his hand on the table. And I think it will be to play a safety shot rather than a pot.
Whipping the cue ball round with the aid of left-hand side.
Barry definitely got a pot on here. The bottom red, I think, should take him up the table, but it's not a particularly nice shot to be trying to cut in. Again, he seems to like the shot, the red above it, even more. More of his sort of a shot, actually.
It offers a clear path. I don't think he'll be cannoning another red. Got nowhere near it.
Trouble was, I think there were enough balls in the way from where he's lining it up. He couldn't see the pocket opening at all because three reds and the black were in the way. So he's aiming into a blind pocket, and he misjudged it. I think that would be the reason for that. Been worse though, couldn't it? Well, this is the point I was making, Clive. We've seen a very fluent last few frames, but when you get to a decider, it's all change, isn't it? A lot of snooker is played in the mind.
And luck does come into it. Hawkins left nothing from his last visit. Good safety from Trump, getting Hawkins to play on the awkward, congested side of the table. If Hawkins allows Trump to get the first red here, this could be his last visit. A minute's thinking time for Hawkins.
Yes, he can't even drop off the cushion and play onto the red on the right of the table. Would have been an option, but there's reds that go to the opposite. That right-hand red just can't lay up to that one. Leave something into the left corner.
So all that just emphasises what a well-placed safety it was from Trump.
I wonder if he can just drop onto the left-hand red, the top one of the two. It's a clever shot to play. Gilbert's not gone all that far up the table, but he's only left one red. But this is very much the sort of shot on Judd Trump's radar that he's left him.
Well, in the deciding frame of his first match this week against Stuart Carrington, he staked all on a long yellow. But that one was a long way out.
6.
I don't think that's because he didn't quite stake all, though, did he? That's the point. He was looking to get up the table even more so. It tends to be the case with anybody in these circumstances. Deciding frames can be an absolute one-off.
In normal circumstances, Hawkins would have potted that, but these aren't normal circumstances.
One.
That was the first pot for 10 minutes. This decider is a test not only of skill, but an extreme test of nerve. It means so much to both players.
Well, after everything that's gone before, this is actually a very good chance now. After long bouts of no balls being potted quite often, everything goes safe, but
6.
as you can see, it's not the case here. Most reds are on, all the colours are in open play. No, it doesn't seem very happy with where their balls have ended up. It's on the top red, surely it's not that difficult to get onto a colour from here. Oh,
7.
exactly, he's played the little shot onto the black. Can't see that the black might end up going up onto the highest available, which could well be the brown. Doesn't put it out of play, but he would like it at the other end of the table if possible. It wasn't a bad kiss actually in the
14.
end.
Like well. $22.
The black returns to the brown spot, but pink is on the black spot.
23.
And Trump can score heavily from it. Maybe enough to clinch the match.
$29. $30.
Well, cue ball really on the left side of the table would be best, because series of reds, series of reds go to the other corner pocket.
36. $37.
Now obviously the pink spot is free when he pots it this time.
$43. $44.
Edging towards the winning post.
50.
Yeah, it's just a bit of work to do with those three reds on the left of the table. They all pot, as you can see.
51.
And that might be the perfect angle to get to the left of the table to land on any one of them. That was a good shot on that red. This is a natural.
It's noticeable that Trump is taking his time, giving each shot full consideration. A couple of years ago he might have dived into an opportunity like this.
$57.
Just wonder if the other two reds are nearly a plum. It would certainly help matters if they were. They're very close to being on, and he could make them. The distance between them is not great. A lot of nerves here, a lot of people enjoying this, but almost unable to watch. Well, now he's got this plant, and
Yeah.
as I say, I don't think it's dead in line.
63.
It's going to the top jaw, but he can make it into a dead plant because the gap is sufficient to do so.
.44 in front. Red, pink, red would be enough. And it's not going to be all that easy to get the red he needs.
No, but fact is, Clive, if he takes the pink here, 51 the difference, 51 on. So that's why he's going to take it instead of anything else, I think. If he took the blue, it would just leave the door slightly open. Surely must play the pink. Gives him an extra ball if it ever went to a respot.
$70.
So a tricky little cut to middle for the match.
Yes, he might play it to the corner and just go up the table.
Safely in. Great players respond to pressure. And Trump has become a great player. He's never been in front all night, but he's going to be in front at the very end.
Terrific match. Everything you want to see in a snooker match. Some nerves at the end, but as you say, this has been the fantastic break. Just get the feeling, Clive, it's the kind of match that maybe he would have lost a year or two ago before he won the Masters, before he won in Northern Ireland, but now he's a winner.
Yes, I think his self-belief has an extra layer to it these days. There's nothing like producing your best under pressure when you really need it. And now there's a possibility that this match, which has contained virtually everything, will complete the set with a century.
Didn't seem like he was going to make that many, I must admit, but still may not quite get the centuries. But take a good shot from green to brown, but I don't think he cares. He's in the final.
On
that red that he potted to the right corner, the third last red, there's a little clenched fist. He knew he'd performed something very big there, and he was thrilled.
He's not made a century, but he's made an extremely cool 95 to take